Day, and we're live on the YouTube and Facebook. And today we're talking about how to bulletproof your finances from inflation. So, if you guys didn't hear about it, today the Federal Reserve increased the lending rate by 75 basis points, which puts it in a range, I have to look, of 1.5 to 1.75, which immediately the 10-year treasury yield or treasury note jumped up to 3.38. I think it closed around 3.4. They're saying now mortgage rates for a 30-year is above 6. Um, it happens, guys. I mean, we've got inflation, so that's why I'm talking inflation, excuse me. So, three simple ways to protect your hard-earned money. So, number one, you got a budget. I mean, I know budget is a four-letter word, but at the end of the day, if you don't know what's coming in and what's going out, how do you know how you're going to handle your finances on a monthly basis? It's very simple, guys. Even if you just put an Excel spreadsheet together or put it on a piece of paper and write it down, I'm not asking you to balance your checkbook and so forth. Would it be nice that you get it down to the penny? Sure. I'm not expecting that. But you need to know what's coming in and what's going out. And you need to know where your discretionary spending is, because that is where you're going to save a lot of money. If you truly want to bulletproof your finances from inflation, you will need to slow, uh, and I say slow, eliminate discretionary spending. So going out on shopping sprees or buying things on impulse, buying things on your credit card. Guys, with the interest rate being raised again, credit card rates are going up, and they're going up on a monthly basis. So every time you get a new bill and you're carrying a balance, they don't have to let you know that they're raising your interest rate. It's already built into your credit card agreement. So what they're doing is they're just raising your rate without knowing it. So if you're carrying a balance, guess what? It's costing you more on a monthly basis. Why would you want to live that way? So budget, guys. Put a budget together, go into your bank online bank statement, look for 30 to 60 days worth of spending and know exactly what you're doing. You'll know exactly what you're doing, I should say, and you'll be able to find that discretionary spending that you're putting out there. Now, the other piece of that before we go to step number 2 is if you've got a car note and you've got a fifth wheel note, I mean, and you've got all these other different debts, those also have to come into play too, because you're going to need to understand, are you going to have to sell those? I mean, if you're living paycheck to paycheck and inflation continues to go higher, you have to have a point to where you're saying enough is enough and I'm going to get rid of these things that I don't need. Start thinking about experiences and not things. You can have experiences without things, and especially when those things cost you your hard-earned money. Number 2, you need to have cash in the bank. And the only way to get cash in the bank is you stop spending and you stop using your credit cards, and it allows you to keep that money there. So, emergency fund, however you want to call it. I mean, everybody uses a different term. I'll just call it a savings account. You need to have a savings account. Start aim with $500 to $1,000 first to get yourself started, and then work yourself up to 3 months worth of living expenses, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Because God forbid, if something does happen, and let's say, God forbid, you get laid off, if you have 3 or 6 months worth of living expenses in the bank, how would that make you feel? I bet you'd make you feel pretty well or pretty good, excuse me. I know it would make me feel good. I've been laid off before and I didn't have 6 months worth of expenses. I did have 3 months, and that was tight, but I was able to find a job in less than 3 months. So I was fine. I also had a severance package, but still, why stress when you can actually be prepared? And the third thing, guys, is when you come down to the budgeting aspect, be honest with yourself. and list everything that you are spending on a monthly basis. Even if it's a one-off, it's still a spending item that is deducted out of your bank account. So if you're out spending on a credit card, or you're going out to dinner, or you're getting those lattes, you're buying lunch at work 5 days a week, all of those things add up. I know when I went through this exercise for myself, I can tell you I was spending $300 a week in discretionary spending. $1,200. I don't know about you, but $1,200 goes a long way. And when I saw that, I couldn't believe how much I was spending and on some stupid stuff. And I say stupid stuff for me because I look at it this way today, is I'm not living for the things. I'm living for the experience. I want to spend time with my family. I want to spend time with my friends, with my dogs. I want to go and experience life and not have to worry about financial obligations. Because if you're able to pay off your debt and pay cash for everything, what do you need a credit card for? Debit cards are accepted everywhere you go. You can buy a plane ticket, a train ticket, whatever you want to do. You can buy a hotel with it, or rent a hotel room. You can go on a cruise. You can book a all-inclusive vacation. As long as it's got a Visa or MasterCard logo on it, you're good. So why put it on your credit card? Oh, wait, let me hear the excuse. Oh, I need the points. So let me tell you guys about a statistic from last year and the year before. There was roughly a 1 trillion points that were earned in 2020. And then 2019 was like 1.2 or 1.3 trillion points. Could be miles and points. It's just all points. How many of those were actually exercised or actually used? You'd be amazed. 15%. So 85% of those points were lost. So people say, I've got this credit card because I want to get the points so I can do all these great things with it. Well, guess what? People don't use the points. They just forget it, and it's set it and forget it. That's why the credit card companies make so much money off us, guys. It's because it's easy to overspend. And then when that bill comes on a monthly basis, you just have to pay the minimum payment, and that's it. Very easy. But guess what happens? It just puts you in this vicious cycle, and you never get out of it until you say enough is enough and you stop spending. And now with inflation and the Fed raising interest rates, how are you ever going to get ahead? You can't expect the federal government or your state to bail you out. You've got to do it yourself, whether it's through a side hustle, reducing your discretionary spending, getting a secondary job, or selling things in your home. Whatever the case is, you need to be able to make adjustments on the fly to protect yourself, because you're not going to earn any more money because of inflation unless you're getting a 10% raise every single month. I hate to break you the bad news. We're all losing money. We're filling it at the gas pump. And it's like, I don't understand why people want to continue to spend and spend and spend. And then at the end of the month, I have no money and I'm broke. I don't know about you. I don't like that feeling. And it's too much. It's overwhelming. The most stressful thing we have to deal with in life is money. And our relationship is toxic at time with it. So why put yourself in that position when you can make a change today? It all starts with us in saying we're ready for change. And if you're ready for change and you don't know where to go, reach out to us. My email is flashing on the bottom down there. You can reach out there and ask questions. Come to our website, truetalk.co. You can ask questions. I'll answer them. I have no problem helping you out, but you've got to make a decision to make change. Otherwise, inflation is going to eat your hard-earned money, and you're going to be broke if you're not already. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a good one. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you guys on the other side.